Look what I found out at the store. I love this series to death. Let's open up 13 of them. Let me see if I got the whole series, 12 minifigures, and there's one extra pack. These, of course, released September 1st. And our first minifigure is one of my favorites, Peter B. Parker. The use of the baby minifigure for Mayday Parker is perfect. I love the printing on the face that we get with Mayday. I mean, this is adorable. And then Peter B. Parker, he's one of my favorite characters from the movie. They get his long face down very well. It's kind of like what they do with Hobie, where they just capture a very animated face excellently in minifigure form. I love the bags under his eyes. I also love the bathrobe and the dual molded legs, which the colors invoke some Fantastic Four feelings right there. And yeah, the baby carrier piece in gray is very rare to get. This was honestly my first time getting a minifigure series where it's not on those QR code scans, because since they've introduced boxes, I've gotten them from LEGO. So this was the experience figuring out which is which just by differentiating the number. And oh my gosh, our second one is Spider-Man 2099. The design is absolutely perfect. I'm so glad we get another Spider-Man 2099 after what, like 6 years of absence. This being the first one based off of the Spider-Verse movies. Love the Lila statuette fig. I kind of wish she had molded hair right there. Oh, and you also get 2 of Lila because they usually include extra statuette minifigures in any set they're in, which also match the translucent orange plates that come with each of the minifigures. I love when we get different colored plates for these minifigure series. And what's super cool is not only this beautiful cape right here, which you can see some back torso as well as back head printing, but the inclusion of a hair piece and face print, the face print being exclusive. I love the teeth on there. I know some people were saying the hairpiece should be a black coloring. Yeah, I think the brown works. So far, it seems like I felt things up right, but we're only 3 minifigures in at this point, and hey, 3 exclusives. Sun Spider has this really nice orange Spider-Man base, which I haven't seen before. The Sun Spider is not a man, it is a woman, and the design has this crutch piece that we just got introduced in the summer for LEGO City for the first time in black in here, which is awesome to get in such a cheap set, because I think it was in like some more expensive sets for the city. I love this backward hat piece the best though, which is an entirely new piece. It's the first backwards hat without any hair on it, and I love the printing at the very top right there. This design doesn't work from the front. So I saw somebody in the review say, hey, look, you could have a minifigure sleeping with that facing the front, which I love that idea. And apparently that last figure, Sun Spider, was an OC that became canon, so that's pretty awesome. Regardless, Spider-Byte. This is honestly one of my favorites of the series, and I feel she's kind of slept on. The design of this has this interesting translucent purple coloring, which is used throughout the figure, which you could see with those arms right there with some excellent printing. The legs as well, which have some side leg printing that rules. Front leg printing that's awesome. And even more printing at the side with these translucent pieces. The design of this tablet is a nice print as well. But then you get this entirely new display, I guess like a mask design, a VR headset or whatever you want to call it. If you see the context of the movie, it's not exactly a VR headset, which is dual molded with this hair design at the back. That is an awesome combination if you ask me. And what's interesting is that is specifically referencing this piece, which you also get with the minifigure, the Space Buns piece in this dark blue for the first time, which is very welcome. I love that piece. And you can put that on Spider-Byte very easily. So you have an alternate maskless version of the character. And she does have an alternate face at the back, which I love that worried expression there that turns into a more, I guess, determined look with that headset on. So much cool customization with just the variety of options you get with each of these minifigures. So we are 4 for 4. Should be a complete series with 1 repeat if my first time code reading skills were right. And we get Spider-Man India. Easily one of my favorites of this series. I mean, the design of this has an amazing new hair piece, which has some great detailing to it, and that could be used outside of this minifigure. But I love the printing on the torso and legs there. Again, with that gold stripe at the bottom there that shines through. Some side leg and arm printing as well. More of that gold Same with the printing on this side. And yeah, Spider Cat is included. This is adorable, but I also wish we got like the full outfit like Spider Cat appears in the movie, where this feels severely underprinted. Still, the base use of that new cat piece works perfectly. Anyways, back to the design of Spider-Man India. Like the face printing right there. Got some back torso printing as well. Like most other characters in the series, there's an alternate face print included, which is exclusive. And you can see the printing at the back as well, which is a more happy face. And yeah, we get the chai cup, the tea cup, the chai tea cup. I shouldn't be saying chai tea, should I? Anyways, so far 5 unique ones. This is insane. I did a good job. Pat me on the back. I'm kidding. Oh, 6 unique ones. Miles Morales is an obligatory figure in here. There's much cooler Miles in this series, you know, design-wise, because the regular Miles is cool as hell. But this is one that is still an interesting variant with the electricity flowing through the outfit. I like that they include that hair piece from the spot set earlier this year, and also a new facial expression for Miles. Happy variant as well. And here he is masked up with some more electricity on that head print. Compare that to the Miles that we got earlier this year in that spot set. And this is just an interesting variant between the two, but it also serves as an updated version of this minifigure because you got some printed legs, which you could add to the one in the spot set and just have a great non-electricity version of Miles, which, yeah, that works really well. The least interesting part is this spider inclusion, which is just the black color for the spider, which we've gotten so many sets. Doesn't even look like the one from the movie. Great loadout so far, and next pack, what do we got? It is one with a cape, Web-Slinger. Web-Slinger is a cowboy Spider-Man. The design has this interesting pauldron piece with some nice printing on there. Also, the face wrap piece or a handkerchief being used there. I just remember that from like old Ninjago, I think 2014 sets. I do wish the hat, which I wish I would have said this in my review, had a symbol on it, because in the movie it has a symbol and this one has no printing whatsoever. We'll get to the face after we take a look at the foul, because whenever I say full, people say it's foul, and then whenever I say foul, people say it's full. The foul design is kind of bad because they use that foul piece and it should be a big horse, but instead we just get what looks like a spider donkey. I mean, this isn't even rideable. I mean, okay. It doesn't look like it's rideable, but I guess since it has a stud, you can have an oversized minifigure on it, which don't do that with animals this size IRL because that actually hurts them. You know, you need a full-size horse to have this cowboy ride on. And I get it. You know, the box doesn't allow for a full-size horse with a minifigure because of the size. But this is just like a weird alternative. They maybe should have made a new piece or something like that. Regardless, back to the printing on this guy. I like that vest right there in the yellowish orange they use. And you could see some back torso printing as well. There's the lasso in a new color, which is interesting. Yeah, the face print to me is pretty one-to-one with the Spidey face print that you get in so many sets nowadays. I mean, the biggest difference would be that this one in Web-Slinger doesn't even have back face printing, or I guess back head printing technically, because it's not an alternate face. So that's lame. You can see that there's the slightest difference where the eyes is a little bit bigger on Web-Slinger if you look super close, but yeah, I barely consider this a new variant of the face for a Spider-Man. Anyways, what? We got a good 7 minifigures here, so that means 5 to go. Let's see, I'm waiting for that first repeat. And it is Cyborg Spider-Woman. Definitely one of like the craziest printed minifigures of this series. Look at how loaded this design is, which is printing in every crevice. Okay, that sounds weird. But still, I love the printing at this left leg right here, the left leg with the forbidden one. The right leg right here, which is different. Dual molded legs, the arms at the top, which there's this new mask shoulder pad piece, which is a crazy piece. But if you remove that, you can see the design of a face print, which looks really cool. Dang, it almost looks like this is like a wrestling belt that she is holding. Speaking of belts, it's cool to see the utility belt on a Spider-Man minifigure because that is something that I associate with Batman minifigures, it being introduced in the LEGO Batman series back in the day. Also, some great leg printing right there at the front. Then we have this cyborg arm here, which is always great to see pop up. And this build that just uses one of these pieces, you know, you get an extra one in this, which is this flat pole right here. I don't even know flat pole, short pole, that's a better word for it. And then a hold stud, which makes for a blaster that almost looks like Mega Man's. LEGO Mega Man win, but yeah, some great back, torso, and face printing. Sorry, head printing as well. It's funny because this year we got Cyborg Spider-Man for the first time, and we're getting Cyborg Spider-Woman in this series. Cyborg Spider-Man was like a book promo or something like that. But, oh my gosh, my favorite minifigure of the series, Spider-Punk Hobie. I just love the crazy design they have, not only with the torso and the legs here with this punk outfit, because this is Spider-Punk after all. I mean, look at the printing there. Love the design of a minifigure with a mohawk at the bottom here as well. Love the side leg and arm printing, dual molded legs at this side as well. Again, they captured a long animated face just like they did with Peter B. Parker, but this hairpiece is insane. Look at this hairpiece. This reminds me of like an Exoforce 2007 hairpiece, 2006 hairpiece. I love the detailing in sculpt on there. It's so impressive. But of course, you do get a second new hairpiece, quote unquote. I mean, it's a metal mohawk. And the design of that is crazy as well. I just wish that this piece would push down, because already the copies of this minifigure I have do not push down all the way, which is kind of annoying. It is a soft piece. It might be a rubber, but I think it's just a soft plastic. Love the printing on the face there with the kind of melting design of the eye print. That's so cool. You got some great printing at the back of the head as well, and at the back of the torso. And of course, you also get this guitar right here, which has some more great printing. I love seeing the design of the little Spider-Man head at the bottom there. This freaking rocks. One of the best minifigures of the year, if not the best minifigure of the year. All right, I'm still waiting on that repeat. When the fudge is that repeat coming? This is the easy one to open. And we got, okay, you see, this was a great one to get back to back. Spider-Gwen, Gwen Stacy. This, oh man, because the Hobie I love as a minifigure, but I do love this Gwen minifigure, and I do love the Gwen character. She's probably my favorite character in this movie series. I love what they did with this hairpiece right here. It's one of the best new hairpieces of the year, which has that great coloring of the pink at the bottom there, which I'm so impressed by how that carries to the back. LEGO did an amazing job, not only with the sculpt here, but the coloring there. Awesome to look all around with the half-shaven hair there. The detailing is fantastic, and that's going to be a super usable hairpiece that I hope we get in different colors, even without printing. But yeah, they got the face down perfectly. Compare this to the version of Gwen that we got earlier this year, which don't worry, we'll do it with the mask on too. There's arm printing this time around. There's dual molded legs with her shoes. This one looks so basic from the spot set compared to the one in this set. It just blows my mind at the differences. Yeah, if you look at the version of her from the spot set unmasked, which I can't ever find that hairpiece and face print, but they're so common I should just pull them from other sets. It's night and day. It's insane at how amazing LEGO did with the job of capturing this character. It just blows my mind. I've said that many times though. This 2x2 right here is a freaking awesome accessory. Love that. Love its relevance to the movie. But yeah, she also comes with an extra face print and hood piece, which is a new face print, because compare that to the one that we got in the set earlier this year. And you'll see that the sizing of the eyes are more correct to the movie. And we also got some printing around the eyes. That's way better than the one we got in the spot set. Again, as I said, night and day. Hood piece is great to get here, but that is the same exact one as the spot set. No printing or anything there. All right. We're almost done here. Still no duplicate though. Oh, Spider-Werewolf. Or I guess the proper name is Werewolf Spider-Man. The design of the torso and legs I love so much, which you could see those rips right there. Again, a super detailed minifigure with dual molded arm. Just one arm is dual molded. The rips and shreds right there. And the other arm is a printed arm. That makes sense. It's already fully ripped. You got some at the bottom too. Great back torso printing. Tail, which was used with Tom Nook. Horribly with Tom Nook. I don't know why they put that with Tom Nook. But the design for the face, I like the printing there and everything, but I don't know if this headpiece should have been used. They should have probably made a new headpiece for Werewolf Spider-Man that fits the movie more accurately. Instead, they just reuse an existing werewolf piece. It's not the biggest discrepancy out there, like compared to, say, the Spider-Horse of the series. This design also doesn't have any accessory. Like, I wish maybe a bone, which would be a generic accessory, but it feels like, you could have just thrown that in. Or claws, nothing. Which is kind of shocking. It makes it feel a little bit hollow. 2 packs left. The only one we're missing so far is Miles Prowler. The design of this looks really cool. So I guess one of these is going to be that, unless I totally read this wrong. All right. Is this... Oh, I guess I read it right. That's crazy. That means this last one is a repeat. That's crazy that we just had this streak of, like, no repeats. All right. This is an awesome minifigure. I mean, the one thing I don't like about this figure is the use of these pieces for the gloves, which do not look like the gloves from the movie. LEGO loves using that. They use it for the thing. It doesn't fit the thing's look either. Whatever. But beyond that, you do get an alternate accessory, which is this record right here, which is perfect, straight from the movie scene. But yeah, my favorite color is purple, and you get a load of purple here. 2 shades of purple on that torso right there, which looks fantastic. Love the leg printing right there with the little blue coloring at the hips, which is interesting because you can see kind of a purple outline there. So there is like 2 different shades of purple there. Or is that just poor printing? Almost looks like a sticker, but it's not. And then at the side, you have some arm printing on dual molded arms, some leg printing on not dual molded legs, but it almost looks like it is. So that's pretty damn impressive for the printing. Great back torso printing and more side leg printing. Also side arm printing, that's awesome once again. But yeah, the face print has another expression for Miles, I guess you could say, but this one has more defined cheekbones. Love this hair piece right here, which is insane. I mean, this is a hair piece that is not quite like any other LEGO hair piece. That looks absolutely perfect. Like that's such a cool piece, and I can't wait to see that used on minifigures. But there's also an entirely new mask piece that merges that hair piece, but you get the hair piece as a separate piece. So there's 2 new hair pieces technically, but LEGO does a great job of replicating the hair piece. If you look at them from the back right here, love the sculpting on these 2. And yeah, this mask piece is freaking awesome. Look at that. And putting it on Miles. That's a pretty dope looking minifigure. And here we are with that cape removed and that mask on. And then cape removed and that mask off. But here's a look at the characters of this series. So many peak minifigure designs. It's just one of my favorite series. I don't know. I do love the movies. I know I keep saying that. It's a great series, but maybe I'm just biased because I love the movies. But I do think this just has some of the most detailed licensed CMFs that LEGO has ever put out. And CMF means collectible minifigure series. Whenever I say that nowadays, people are like, well, what does that mean? It's the alternate designs that they give you with these characters too, by giving extra head pieces and hair pieces and things like that. LEGO just went above and beyond, if you ask me. We do got one more pack. Which minifigure is this going to be a second copy of? That's my question. And it is... Oh, shit. Sorry about that. This is my favorite minifigure of the series. Like I said, him or Spider-Gwen, damn it. Peak. No, I love Spider-Punk / Hobie. What a great design. And now we can finally look at the checklist. I remember when they used to tease future minifigure series on these, but I guess they're not doing that here. And that was many years ago, so I don't know what I'm saying there. You got Spider-Punk popping out of the design right here, too. And I just realized I probably should have scanned these and then write down the codes for y'all to use. I'm sorry, I just remembered that right now when I finished opening it. Damn it. Okay, anyways. This is, again, a series I love. I've said so much about this series. I did a full review of this series already. But it was so fun to open up the characters, actually, because that was sent by a friend. This one's like, okay, now I could open these physically up. Very satisfying series to unbox. But let me know in the comments which is your favorite of these minifigures, because again, Gwen and Hobie are probably my favorites. Spider-Man India's up there, but it's so hard to pick a favorite one. Like every minifigure in this series slaps. Subscribe here for more early LEGO videos and unboxings and reviews and things like that. And again, you could check out the Spider-Verse series review. This series I already did a full long review of, more detail and everything there. And I'll see you later. Seriously, you subscribing, liking, and commenting helps so much with this channel in a rough algorithm. Peace out. Bye.